Hey everyone, this is Carter McKinney from McKinney Media. We're here today at the Entrepreneurs Club podcast for episode number 3. We're here in Ventrex, Bethlehem. Shout out to Ventrex. Thank you for having us. I'm here with positive Kyle Lassiter of Lassiter Enterprises. He is a multifaceted serial entrepreneur, and he's blessing us with his time today and some free game, some keys for success for 2026 and beyond. So introduce yourself, man. Thank you for coming, and let's get right into it.
How y'all doing out there today? My name is Kyle Lassiter. Go by Positive Kyle. I'm a formerly incarcerated prison survivor. And myself, I have several businesses that I have throughout the Lehigh Valley. I'm a dad, I'm a father, I'm a granddad, granddaughters. I have been in the Lehigh Valley for almost 30 years. I have had success stories, I have had failure stories. I am a college graduate, and I'm a person that believes in second chances and giving back to people and just being a staple and showing people that bad choices doesn't mean bad choices forever in life. So I just like to push positivity out in our community to show people that people can change, and I like to inspire people. That's one of the biggest things that I love to do, and I do that impact over 10 plus years of community activism work and the trials and tribulations to the story that we're going to talk about today, y'all.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing and again for coming today. Entrepreneurship, guys, is not all about the glitz and the glamour and everything being perfect, never working and having all kinds of money. That's not the reality of entrepreneurship. So we have Positive Kyle here today. He is the epitome of, pivoting, right? And having a story that went a certain way, and then now he's completely reinvented himself, and he is an entrepreneur, very successul, loving family, and all these great things, and even more so, being an activist in the community. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your upbringing, where you were, so you were born in Lehigh Valley then?
No, I'm from Jersey.
You're from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what brought you to Pennsylvania, what has your experience been like here, and even go into your incarceration story as well.
I'll say that I'm originally from New Jersey. My mom moved out to Pennsylvania due to low crime rate. We're from the hood, from the projects. We done seen all the stories that you guys have seen through videos, rap music, so on, like the trials and tribulation stories. So my mom came out here to give us a better life. And coming out here, I went to Allen High School. I graduated from Allen High School. I'm a Canary. I ended up falling back into that trap of being around the wrong crowd, hanging out at the park. When I grew up, we didn't have social media. You had to be outside. And being outside mean you was really outside. So, I was hanging in the streets, hanging with, the wrong crowd. And, I'm great with marketing. And I learned, the drug trade. And it became an easy way to make money. And, not really doing no hard work. So I took the transformation of making the wrong mistakes, going in and out of prison, making a lot of poor and bad decisions, and leading up until, I want to say I had a 20-year career of in and out of prison and selling drugs. And the life-changing conversion was mentorship. I went and I was arrested with my mentor. He came home and he changed his life. I was still in the streets. And then we had social media then. So I seen a lot of community work that he was doing in Allentown. And I was like, damn, it feels good to see somebody doing something good when I know that this guy wasn't always this good guy.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was looking, I was like, man, I said, that's powerful. So I would say after a couple of contacts and run-ins with him, I just asked, I said, man, let me get in your program. Let me be part of this network. He was a little resistant at first because, I was still out running around. Mm-hmm. And this town is big, but it's small. People know everyone and they know what you're doing.
Yeah. Even now it's small.
Yep. So, as time went by, I went to 2 weddings and we both kept popping up at the same weddings. And he was trying to be away from me. But I said, God kept putting us there for a reason. So at the second wedding, I said, man, give me a chance. Let me come in the program and help y'all out. And, it worked out. I volunteered for over a year. Did a lot of community work, giving back to the community from mentorship with the youth, book bag drives, feeding the homeless, going up to the schools, school to safety quarter program, and I just started building a fan base. I already had a fan base I was a promoter for a couple of years out here, and I already had a wave. I already had like 10,000 followers on social media. So it kind of like impacted, and people seeing the good stuff I was doing. And then I started feeling better. I said, man, it feels good when you can help change somebody's lives. Because, you know, when you're in prison, it's nothing but being on alert at all times. A lot of bad stuff happen in prison. So I've always been aware and alert of my surroundings. And I always, just like when it's difficult when you're in there, because when you're in there, it feels like life is easy. But when you walk out, life is hard. So I tell people this one story I had. I went to PP&L Arena when they first opened up, and it was over 1,500 people online waiting to be interviewed and so on. I ended up making it to the final stage. They hired me and everything. I have a degree in accounting, and I got the job upon the background check. When the background check came back, they said, we can't give you the position no more. So I beat out over 1,500 people, went through 3 interviews, great resume, everything looked good. But when they seen the charges, they said, oh man, we can't hire you. You know, drug convictions, that was all my charges, pretty much drugs. And at that point, it was like a setback, but I said, you know what? It's easy to give up. I ain't believe in giving up. I said, you know what? I got to find something else. And that's where I said the weddings aligned after that interview, because I seen him the second time. And I'm like, man, I can't get a job nowhere, bro. I said, it's like they want me to go back out there and sell drugs again. So I just want to say that, you know, I didn't give up. And then something I learned crucial once I joined the organization and I was working there. But remember, I was volunteering. I wasn't on payroll. The organization was just getting going. I opened up my first LLC. I said, I want to sell cars. And when I opened up the LLC, I was like, I tried to go to the dealership first. They weren't hiring me because of my felony. So then I found the way to backdoor it. And then when I found the way to backdoor it, I was like, oh, the felony conviction don't stop me from owning my own business.
Yeah, exactly.
I started going crazy. I think I done sold over thousands of cars. So when I learned that the LLC doesn't have any kickbacks, I went and opened up another LLC. Now I'm cutting grass. I'm going around. At one point in time, I had 250 clients, and I was cutting by myself. I ain't have no help, no team. And from cutting grass, I said, oh, then I want to open up another LLC. Now I'm doing general contracting work. And I said, oh, I could just get contracts. They don't look at the background check. And then I was like, man, all the stuff that I learned, I took back, because then during this period of time of creating the LLCs, I got hired on payroll for the community work.
Yes.
And now I got it all merged together. I said, oh, I could go around and talk to people and tell people that, man, the barriers that we all thought that we couldn't do, there's ways to get around it. You know, so as you know, life has grew, businesses has grew, I end up building a team. So now I have a team of people around me, and I'm actually do the work with them because I love being hands-on. But after I left community work, you know, this is what I got right here, Prison Survivor. It's a whole nother network. And it's about reform. It's about people have to have hope. So the CEO of this organization, he has a long resume. He has his doctorate. He's a missionary. He's a philanthropist. He is a mentor. He has a curricular program that helped change my life. And one day I'm gonna be inside of multiple prisons teaching this curriculum course, and it's called TREE. It's a curriculum course that teaches people things that you can do to help change your life. Just mental things, your mental state of mind, emotional state. It's like a support system.
Yes.
And the TREE is an acronym. It's for trauma-informed, restorative practices, emotional intelligence, equity, and inclusion.
Okay.
And this is like a combination of your entire life bundled into a tree. So the tree starts from the root, it comes up and it spreads. You know, so this curriculum, I tell people, I studied it, I mastered it, I implement it in my day, and everyone goes through bad days. I tell people, we're all going to have challenges in life, but it's how you overcome it.
Yes.
I love to be solution-based. If there's a problem, all problems can't be fixed, but I'll say probably 90% of them can be. And you have to find an answer to what the issue is. Now, you're arguing with someone and you're having a disagreement, two things you could do. You could walk away, or you can engage to find a better answer of how we could come to a mutual understanding. If I know that I can't get what I'm trying to seek, walk away. There's nothing else to talk about. I'm real easy with just cutting people off. You know, sometimes my mentors say, you know, it's like you're avoiding a problem. I say I'd rather avoid the problem before it become a bigger problem. Bigger problems you can't get out of. So I have learned to just, you know, become silent. You know, protect my mental peace.
Yeah. Okay. That was a lot there. Yeah. I asked you one question and you open right up. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much for sharing that. One thing that I know you pretty well, and that being said, can you break down like a little bit more about your businesses? Like you were saying something about real estate, something about like right now we're in the winter. You were saying something about shoveling snow.
Yep.
Like what does that look like for you on your day to day, and like especially your team, because like even myself, I have 2 businesses right now. So that being said, I do have, you know, a staff and stuff like that, contractors. But you know, for everyone it looks different. Some people have a chief of staff, some people have a secretary, some people have a whatever assistant. So what does that look like for you, your businesses and your team?
So how my business is set up, it's me and there's also my lady.
Okay.
My lady is like my secretary, my personal assistant. She's like a combination of everything. She handles my calendar, the micromanagement of the business and everything. And like you have said, I have multiple businesses. I have a general contractor business licensed through the state of PA. I'm a licensed car salesman licensed through the state of Pennsylvania. I have a snow removal company, $1 million insurance coverage to cover. I have 5 plow trucks and 2 regular trucks. I have a party bus that I plan on bringing out this spring. I do the real estate. I do flips. I did get my real estate license, but because of the felony conviction, they pulled it. I went to real estate school, Scott White, graduated, passed, got certification. State of Pennsylvania pulled it due to the conviction. I want to say at this time, the Attorney General was Josh Shapiro.
Yeah.
I did an event at Lehigh University, and I was on the forefront. I was on the camera, on the screen. He was there. He seen my story. He said, I want to help that man get his real estate license. So actually what they end up doing is, now there's a waiver that you could get your license. And that was because he seen my story and impacted him, and they created something through the state of Pennsylvania to create waivers, actually sit in front of the board. He's currently now the governor now.
Yeah, the governor,
Yep. Eventually, I feel like he may run for president one day. I have a great relationship with him. I was in his mansion about 7-8 months ago for the African American committee. We had an event there, and a month later, someone put the house on fire.
Yeah, I saw that, the whole person.
I was sitting there in it, but back to the businesses. I'm a dreamer, because I like to make dreams come true, and I like to push that narrative, because people don't understand some of the challenges that comes with running a business. I tell people sometimes I'll take naps, which isn't good, because self-care is important and sleeping, but I said my brain has always been wrapped around financial literacy, and also making sure when you come out of prison, you walk out of prison with a brown box in your hand and a sweatsuit. And I remember that day I walked out and I didn't have nothing. Every time I walk out, I think of just going back to the streets. So I just want to give people opportunity and hope. So I create all these different businesses, and the way social media works, right? It's all about algorithm. So when I sold probably 500 cars or 600 cars, you better believe a bunch of people who never sold cars before start selling cars. They said, Kyle, making good money. So they start selling cars. Then I went into the lawn care. Then I see people buying lawnmowers and cutting. I said, I'm not a gatekeeper. I want to show y'all how y'all can make money and make it the legal way. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I love when opportunities present themselves in front of me. And sometimes I'll probably take on too much, because if I see an ideal, I'll start looking like, man, I could do this. Man, I could do it. And then as I got older, I was like, man, I can't do all this. At one point, I probably would have been doing what you're doing, the video photographer.
Yeah.
But I was like, now I'm at the space now where I have to micromanage time. My other business I do property management.
Yes.
And I have 245 properties and 4 complexes in Allentown. I micromanage everything. The way that I work my contracts is that it's one brick structure. So I'm gonna do the cleaning contract, I'm gonna do the landscaping, I'm gonna do the snow removal, I'm gonna do the general contracting work in there, I'm gonna take care of the plumbing, the electrical, so I have multiple businesses created under one. And that's the best way. Like if you're gonna property management, you gotta get your foot in the door and then bring your team with you.
Yes.
You know, so it's been great for me. God been blessing me, and I'm just happy that, you know, I could be here and, you know, still in shape and everything, and comfortable to give back and teach people that, hey, if Kyle did it, I could do it.
Absolutely, that's incredible. Amazing story and amazing, enterprise that you're building. So, in terms of like the mentorship, so you're saying you're involved with like community engagement, mentorship, stuff like that. How does that look now for you? Like, do you do any like internships, mentorship? Like, how does that look for you? Like, for me, I've had 2 interns now. So one from Northampton Community College, one from Muhlenberg College. One was through the college, one was private. I always believe in paying my interns if they're working, because when I was an apprentice, I would do quality work. People are getting paid right in front of me. I wasn't really liking that, because that's when people need the money the most. So do you like what's your take on that? Like, do you have for mentorships or internships and all that?
Yeah, so I did community work for almost 10 years. During my time of working at Promise Neighborhood, I had a mentorship group. So we have roughly in our classes 15 to 20, and then we merged over and we had a program called Promise Works, where we did on-hand training, and I was the facilitator, and I was teaching them the hard skills. They was making $20 an hour, so I did that for years. And I want to say this year, I kind of transitioned and phased back, because life can get overwhelming sometimes. And if you have multiple businesses and you got also a full-time job, sometimes if stuff become complications. So yeah, I'll say this year I took a scale back, but I'm always active on social media so that people can see what I'm doing and stuff that I have done. I have on my social media page, I have countless, over thousands pictures and videos of things that I have taught people and trained them, because I was the head facilitator and showing people hard skills from landscaping, horticulture, from green space rooms, from snow removal, from teaching a tree curriculum that helped change my life. So our mentorship program, same way like you said, is paid. No one comes and do anything for free. We always pay people for them coming to learn, which is a great thing. But the mentorship 2026, my life and the direction, I'm getting older, and I want to inspire the younger people to come and take my place. So I just use the platforms, and everyone knows, like, everyone is glued to their phones. And all those outlets, I have all the work spread everywhere. So it's open for anyone to come and learn it. The program at my old job I was working with is still active and running. The people that run it now, I'm the one who mentored them and trained them. It's just that as I'm growing and I'm getting older in age, and I have so much other stuff going on, physically I had to fall back from a lot of stuff, but it's still there.
And your businesses are growing and stuff like that. Yeah. So it sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like the property management is like the biggest part of your job?
Yeah.
Of your workload. So like with the cars and stuff like that. So you said car salesman, but you're actually a car dealer, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what does that look like? Like, how many cars do you think you have on hand at a time? Do you have a place to store all these vehicles? Like, do you keep them only for a short amount of time? Like, how does that look for you?
So I
know you have some exotic vehicles as well.
Yeah. Growing up, I was always a car enthusiast.
Yeah.
So as soon as, like I said, when I came home and then I seen a lane open up, I was like, Dad, I like cars. Let me start learning this business. But at one point in time, I did have a lot, and once my property management business kind of skyrocketed, I kind of fell back. I did car sales. Right now I have my license in the state of Pennsylvania for 11 years. No infractions, no points, no nothing. Solid, clean record. And I sold over 1,000 cars. Now I'll do it more of probably like quick flips.
Yeah.
Just to pay.
Just here and there.
We know that if you run a business, it come with taxes, it come with overhead. So sometimes I'll probably do about 75 to 100 cars a year, just so I probably might break even or I might get a profit. But I love keeping my license active because it's important for any person who has a felony, and you don't have to have a felony, but it's just, to me, it's important to have accreditations. You know, if you're out here trying to inspire people, you want to be able to that person be able to look at you and say, I believe what he's saying because he have proof of doing this, proof of doing that.
Yes. Versus
listening to someone who just say, hey, I woke up today, I'm the best car salesman in the world, but no experience. You know, because that can happen. I'll say it's different from a person with a clean record and a person with a felony record. A person with a felony record got to go through trials and tribulations. A person with a clean record, they can just wake up and say, hey, I'm doing this today and I'm experienced. So it's always good that, listen to stories of people who have experience, because anybody could be anything nowadays.
Yeah.
Social media done trick people's minds.
Yeah.
And sometimes tricking a person's mind, it's easy to believe them.
Yeah.
That's why so much fraud and scams that happens. Because someone could just put up 200 pictures and say, oh, this is the best food here at this organization. And their food might not be good at all.
Yeah, exactly.
But they put up 200 pictures and you say, oh, that lobster look good, that steak look good, that rice look good, and you're going to believe it. Like, oh, it's good. Then you go there and you're like, what the heck happened?
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah, this ain't good. But that's how easy it is to manipulate and trick the mind. So with me, I like to be show people through knowledge and through certifications. And that's why I never got rid of my car dealer's license, even though I don't sell as much as I used to, but I'm still active and still doing it because it's still a good lane to make good money.
Yeah, absolutely. I have some people that I know that are into that kind of thing as well. So to any prison survivors like yourself, what would you say to people like that taking their first step in life, their next step in life, and kind of from sharing from your experience? Obviously, not everyone is going to come out of prison and start a business. Yeah. Starting a business for anyone is a lot of work. But what would you say to the people that are taking their next step in life, like you did at one point?
I'll say when you walk out that place, you got to find the right support system. You have to find the right support system. If you don't find the right support system, you're going to go right back into what brought you into what you did. And I'll say, like, people who are incarcerated, they're there for a reason. Sometimes people go out, probably rob somebody, it's because they ain't got food. You know what I'm saying? They something lacking somewhere, So I'll say when you walk out that place, you have to find an organization or family members or people that's just doing good. Like if your circle, I can look at a circle and tell where you're headed. If I see 8 people with bandanas on, I know you're going to be number 9 eventually. You're going to say, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not. Peer pressure is a mother. So coming out of prison, most important thing is you got to get connected with the organizations that help people who have been incarcerated. You got to take steps on, trying to find employment. To me, something that's real important, finding the right partner. A partner will push you and help you. And I would say as my life, as businesses has grown, I have learned that your mental space and your mental health and your self-care of your body, a partner help you to wake up and just feel good. And also like your kids, you know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff all ties up together. So the package is the right circle, the right people to be around, people that can inspire you. I don't like to be the smartest person in the room. I want to meet the smartest of the smartest. And I don't want no money from them. I just want advice.
The knowledge,
yeah. Bring Bill Gates, Steve Cohen, or someone who has an impact and has started. I get real inspired from stories where you see people started in their garage or their basement or at home. And then I was watching one show, I forget the name of it, but the guy who ended up taking over McDonald's.
Ray Kroc.
Yeah. I said, this man didn't even own McDonald's. He was a worker.
Yeah.
This guy was the worker and pushed out the owners.
Yeah.
I said, but he was smart and intelligent, and he wouldn't give up. So that's for me.
Yeah, he was relentless from what I saw and heard. And it's really a real estate tycoon, you know?
Yes. So that's what I would say. You're right. Every person that come out might not, running a business ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
And I always want to throw this out. People think when you run a business, you're going to make 6 figures your first year. You got to be prepared to lose.
Yeah.
Losing is winning. That's something, and when you walk out of prison, you walked out because you lost already. Now you're walking out because when you go to jail, people, they hold your past against you. They still look at you, oh, you're the same person that did 10. They don't see a whole different person. So when you walk out, you already dealing with challenges. Stab wounds coming from your back, right, left. You're already dealing with people who are already looking at you like, you know, oh, you're gonna change. Oh, you're just gonna go back and do the same thing. So, you know, I would just say stick to circles that's gonna empower you.
So what are some different employment avenues that people could take that usually are more friendly towards, you know, people coming from prison?
I'll say this, the world has changed.
Yeah.
The world has changed. 20 years ago, felons couldn't work at a lot of the jobs they're giving out now.
Yeah.
A lot of places are understanding, and our government has been forgiven to understand that if you don't create barriers to help these people, they're going to go back and do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a cycle, a system.
So within the past 10 years, I would say that our world and our economy has changed for the better, depending on what state you live in. Pennsylvania is a good state. We do have a good governor, where you can go to Walmart and get a job. You can work at McDonald's and get a job. You can work at Amazon and get a job. The felonies don't hold you back. But I'll say this, if you do have the felonies and you take on some extra courses, that gives you a better chance at even getting better positions within the organizations. Mm-hmm. Because the world has opened up to convicted felons. And this is one of the reasons like I would like being part of this network, mm-hmm. is because we get to tell people now, we get to walk inside of those prisons and jails and say, hey, this ain't the same that was 20 years ago. And then we get to give them some real life experiences to say, hey, I have a team. This right here, we have a whole team. And it's of people who have lived challenged lives and came home and changed their lives. Like our CEO, he's a doctor. He went to college, got a doctor's degree, and he run multiple businesses. He's a philanthropist all across the entire world, from South Africa to Trinidad, Puerto Rico. We have been to so many missionary retreats where I just be amazed at watching him work and talking to people. He has colleges that he has been in where he does training programs. And I said, man, this man was in prison with me. And this man is, like right now, he's over in Africa. He's been there for a month now. Mm. And I said, you know, he's training and teaching people. So, you know, that's what I'll say for that.
Yeah, so for the Prison Survivor Network, like, how could people get involved? Like, can people volunteer? Someone like myself going and doing trainings and things like that? Like, what is that all about?
So 2026, we're going to have like a bigger rollout. Right now, we're using a WhatsApp. We have a group inside of our WhatsApp. I'll also send it to you. In this group, every Wednesday, we have a book club. So every month, we have the facilitator. His name is Bilal. He picks a book, and we all read that book. And then we'll talk about it every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. On Sunday, every morning at 7 a.m., we wake up real early because we feel like that's the best time where it's peaceful, quiet, and you can actually absorb and pay attention. So every morning it's called the Power Hour, and this is a daily dose of morning medicine that's inspiring. It's talk about all things of life, from growth to wealth to relationships to kids, trials and tribulations. Every Sunday at 7 a.m. we're on for an hour, and it's an open platform. People could chime in, talk, we'll ask questions, engage. And 2026, you know, the movement, we're going to push it out much farther. And I will say that there's nothing more powerful than feeling like somebody care about you. And this group, the people that have mentored me, they have a loving heart, and that has poured onto me to even get back to my community. Now, it's challenging. Life is challenging. And you had said something earlier about, you know, I forget how you said it, but the good and the bad. When we first opened up.
Yes.
This comes with haters. This comes with
failures, successes, and everything in between.
Yeah, it comes with, you're an entrepreneur, so you get it as well too. and you've been doing it a long time, and me and you never had a connection. We never got to work together, talk, because I'm always here, there, left, right, and not making availability due to overwhelming schedules. So 2026, like I said, I left a lot of other stuff I was doing so I could open up my calendar and I could be more accessible and more into promoting things in the community.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do some things together, like some community events. I'm already planning my events for next year.
Okay.
I love having like great music, like a live band, my DJs, and bringing people together. I also launched my school, the McKinney School of Media and Marketing, so we do classes, trainings, and things like that when we can. Probably just once per quarter right now as we grow. But you would be a great person to come in and speak, maybe even be part of a panel discussion or something like that. So I guess I'll kind of open the floor to you. Like, what other things would you want to say on this podcast, on this platform? This is the Entrepreneurs Club podcast. You have people that are dreamers, like you said, that want to start their business, people that are in their business like us, and people that may even be retired or maybe be incarcerated. So, what message do you have for those people that you want to kind of impart onto them during this time?
I just want to say, entrepreneurship, it's a beautiful thing, and it could be great. You got to come up with something crafty, creative, something that sticks out, something that's relatable. Being an entrepreneur is, to me, it's peaceful and happiness. Some people have to wake up and schedule their day 9 to 5 every day. I don't like scheduling my day. I like to be free. And really, the 9 to 5 to me ain't a 9 to 5. It's pretty much like a 6 to 6 to 6. But I could get to control it. You know what I'm saying? I would say owning something, and just like my business name is Lassiter Enterprise. One of the reasons I have named it that is because I always want to continue on with the legacy that my dad has created with empowering me until, he passed away and I was a young age. I said I wanted to always have something that would emasculate and imitate that my dad is still here present. And, I have kids that has the same last name, and I wanted to push that out there. Like, I look at some of the big companies, and if you look at Ford Motors, it's Ford, it's the family name.
Yeah.
You look at the Hilton's the Hilton name. So it sticks out, and then I'll say it makes it relevant. So when someone's going to Google or they're going to go look up something, 9 times out of 10, if your business keeps spiking and it's increasing in sales, it's going to be easier for you to market. Social media has that algorithm. You put in general contracting and your page keep getting hit simultaneously, you better be like, right now I got over 1,000 plus messages on my phone that I haven't responded back to because I'm always getting hit. And every hit ain't going to be a business contact, but like I said, I'm a small business owner. And small businesses eventually become big businesses. And it's steps and stages that people have to understand. And most important thing for entrepreneurs, you got to, I'll say, 3 year. Give yourself a 3-year curve, because the first 3 years is challenging. A lot of people expect entrepreneurship to work instantly, instant gratification. It doesn't work like that. No,
long term.
Yes. Like I said, I have several businesses, and some of them did jump right away, but some of them didn't. It took time, and then it's a lot of pressure on you. But it's easy to give up. It's harder to be successful, and then when you become successful, it becomes much easier to stay successful.
Yes.
So that's why I empower people. Entrepreneurship is a great thing. I'm around successful entrepreneurs who are millionaires, who once didn't have nothing, but they didn't give up. So don't give up. If you want to be an entrepreneur, there's so many different lanes right now I'll say, I'm 47, about to turn 48. And within the past 3 years, I'll say for entrepreneurships, this has been the best I have ever seen it. There's so much money into different things, into houses, into girl getting their hairs, their nails, lashes, barbershops, car salesmen, anybody in plumbing and electrical they're gonna be super duper successful. You could take off 2 years and go to a trade school, go and do it. The robots and AI has become a problem pretty soon. And if certain people don't understand that, they're gonna become lost in this community and economy. But I also wanna say this to all the entrepreneurs. I do a lot of traveling, and people in other countries and spaces, third world countries, democracy countries like Cuba, where it's diplomatic. These people don't have the life and the liberty that we have in America.
Yes.
Where this is an open field.
Yeah.
This is open. The tax man gonna rob you, take advantage of you. Nobody gonna like paying taxes. But we, an American, have a golden opportunity for growth and elevation compared to all these places I'm gonna travel where I see poverty is real and they can't just start up a business and sell hats or t-shirts. So whatever you get into, and entrepreneurship is for you. Like I said, it's not for everyone. Just master it. Find a good group of people who is like-minded, and then just get your friends and family to promote you.
There you go. Absolutely. You touched on your family. So I know your son, Bubba. Yeah. So you have entrepreneurs in your family as well, your son. So can you touch on how that was, and a little bit about your father too, if you could, like your father, you, your son, your legacy, and your family, and how that means for your business and in life and being an entrepreneur as a man.
Yeah. So I'll say this. So my father, his name is William Kyle Lassiter. From birth until he left, I was 14. After he left, that's when I became involved in the wrong things, because I had an active dad on top of me. Once I lost my dad, I went to the streets. But let me tell you one thing my dad taught me, and I was frustrated with him at 10 years old. I still remember the story. Growing up, we went from New Jersey to Virginia to North Carolina. When I was 10, he had me cutting down trees. While the kids were at the park, playing, having fun, shooting hoops, I had a chainsaw in my hand, chopping trees down. So one year I was chopping trees. The next year, I'm with my dad on the paperboy route, throwing papers. The kids in the park having fun, playing. I'm mad as hell. I want to be at the park with all the young boys shooting hoops, having fun. Then when we got to the third summer, this summer I'm a buffer. I'm buffing the floors he got me doing custodial work on me and my brothers. I'm a damn buffing the floors. Kids at the park, having a good time. I'm pissed off at him at 13. Then the next year, this last year before he passed away, I was at the flea market. I was selling radios, Tylenol's, merchandise, clothing, hats. Summer, kids all at the park, having fun. I'm looking at my dad like, you're getting on my damn nerves. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what he was teaching me at a young age. I said, this is crazy, man. Every summer I'm missing out on summer. All my friends having a good time. So I want to say when he did pass away, and from 14, now I got to go to the park. They over there doing all the wrong stuff.
Yes.
I'm at the park at 14. Yo, let's go make some money. The Jordans, the new Ewings came out. I want those Etonics. I want the Reeboks. I said, oh shit, me too. So at 14, when my dad wasn't there, I got into the streets. And from 14 up until I was 38, I was back and forth into selling drugs and getting caught up in wrong stuff. But as I got older and I started my business, my dad came back in. I said, yo, Dad taught me how to cut grass. Dad told me I chop trees down. I do landscaping. One tree I cut down, I make $3,000. Cut a tree and you get to discard it for free at the recycling factory. I said, man. Then I started selling. So I have ran an eBay store where I have sold laptops, computers, televisions, the hot items, the Nintendos, the PlayStation 5s. I done did Black Friday for 6 years in a row, lined up having 15, 20 people lined up with me so we could get the hot items. I was in the line for when Tickle Me Elmo came out. Got Tickle Me Elmo for $200, turned around, sell it for $3,500. I was there for the creation of the Blu-ray DVD before they even came out. It came out on a PlayStation first, so you had to get the PlayStation in order to play the Blu-ray players on it. Movies, so I was able to tackle all these different avenues and be a top seller because I had learned that stuff at a young age. I said, man, all that stuff my dad done taught me. So now as I grow older, And my kids are growing, and they have an active parent. My kids haven't never seen prison. They wasn't, because they had an active dad there. So they didn't get to see, but they did get to see what dad do. So I was nightclub promoter, 6-7+ years. At one point, I was #1 promoter. My son got to come to the concerts. He's on stage with me dancing and doing stuff, and just at a young age. And that's the one that you know, Bubba. He's a DJ now. My other son, I have a lawn care business. And my son, he manages that business. He go out and he cut yards. And eventually, as he get older, he's going to be the CEO of it. He get to take my company. You know, so I'll just say the stuff that my kids have seen me doing growing up, they have emasculated them into them. And that's why I have been able to keep them out of prison. And they didn't see prison, because I was able to give them a lane and an opportunity. Everybody want to make money. You need money to survive. It's not important, but it's needed.
Yeah, it's needed.
You know, if someone tells you, oh, money isn't important, I will tell you they're a damn lie. Because I don't see how you can live without financial backings to take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. This has been great. So can you just tell the people where to find you and any final thoughts you have?
Yeah, so if you're looking for me and you're looking for mentorship and inspiration, like I said, 2026, we're building a platform for, it's going to be Prison Survivor Network. On social media, I'm under positive Kyle Lassiter. And you can go through my history, my stories, my photos. It's a bunch of impactful things. It'll show transformation from a past life to the new life, where I have recreated myself, and I want to be remembered as being able to be a believer, a giver, a helper, honest person that won't direct you the wrong way. So that's it. This is the new movement. It's not just about people that have been in jail. Remember, you can be mentally inside your head in prison. This is not just a prison cell. This is about mental health and awareness, and we all have to help one another to become better and positive people in our community. So that's all, man. Positive Kyle. I'm grateful that Carter extended a reach to me, and let me tell you how reaches work. I hired him to be a photographer for me for an event I was doing at my house. No, videographer.
Yeah,
he was a videographer.
Video that day.
Yeah, another business I wanted, and I have seen his work. I've been watching, and I reached out to him. He came through, and I know for sure me and him are going to continue to be doing more work together. And I'm just grateful that he got me on this podcast, YouTube, wherever we're going to stream it. Mm-hmm. I'm just grateful to be able to share this story, because sometimes you never know what someone else could do to help you become a better person. That's all for me.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And guys, this has been the Entrepreneurs Club podcast. I'm Carter McKinney. This is Positive Kyle. Definitely follow him on all his platforms, his business, Lassiter Enterprise, and definitely follow McKinney Media on the Entrepreneurs Club. And join the Facebook group as well. Over 1,500 members right now as of December of 2025. And, let's keep it going, guys. All right, best of luck. All right. Cool.